It's been a while, huh?
For real,
When was the
it's
last
been
time
a
we did a
while,
podcast?
Is it even still on the Avalon?
It'll be on my YouTube.
But it's not on the Avalon channel anymore.
No. I think it was January.
The end. Was it before or after my birthday?
After. It was near the end of January, I think. Like
the last
17th,
one.
maybe.
Oh, no, that's a clip. That's also a clip. Yeah, no, we only have clips on the Avalon Discord. True, we also have an Avalon Discord.
Yeah, we do have an Avalon Discord, yeah.
No, I mean on the Avalon channel. But
When was the last time
so
we
long.
did a podcast? Hold on, I'll actually look at my own YouTube because it'll be on there. Which is where this video will be. So, the last time we did a podcast was...
it was 1 month ago.
February the 8th, and that was podcast episode 21 with Karu.
Yep. It says 1 month ago, but that's almost 2 months ago now.
Yep.
YouTube.
Yep.
Fix your shit.
So this is, welcome to the podcast, everyone. This is actually the first pre-recorded podcast we've ever done. They are normally live, so anyone who is actually listening to this on Spotify, because this will be on Spotify, it's probably going to be the first episode on Spotify.
For real.
Welcome to the podcast.
Hello, no one in the live chat.
Yep, hello, no one in the live chat. I'm Kiljo, a cowgirl VTuber from outer space, and I'm your favorite trans cat girl on the internet. I haven't been able to do that intro in a long fucking time.
Didn't you do it for your trash review of?
I think so, yeah. That was like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Yeah. No, but the isn't even out yet, but it's coming.
Oh wait.
It was it was Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Did I spoiler it now? Oh no, wait. Wait, did I spoiler it now?
I'll bleep it, don't worry. It's pre-recorded.
I thought it was already listed.
And this guy with me, this is Tom Holland, the guy that spoils everything.
For real, I'm Spider-Man.
Yeah, this is Teki, a Foxboy VTuber. We're both from the VTuber group Avalon.
And we're gay.
Yeah, pretty much. Not together. But sometimes people would be confused, maybe.
True, for real.
Once this episode goes live on Spotify, there will be other episodes uploaded from our vault. So you'll be able to listen to those. Those of you on YouTube, however, welcome back to, I guess, the first episode of season 2 of the podcast. I think.
Oh my god.
Right? What do you call this season 2?
The Awakening.
Or is this like The Awakening?
That's what I call season 2, for real.
Yeah?
For real.
How much has happened since the last time we did a podcast? We're already 3 minutes in and we've spoiled so much shit. This is why we don't pre-record stuff.
Actually, I'm gonna spoil something else.
Yeah?
The Avalon game is coming to Switch too!
Honestly, I can't remember who I had a conversation about that with. I did have a conversation about that with someone. And I don't remember who it was.
But talking about Switch 2, we have some stuff to talk about.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna it looks like it's gonna be fine. But
let's be honest, everyone's gonna buy it anyways.
Yeah, everyone's gonna buy it anyway. But it looks good. The specs look good. It looks clean. The UI looks nice. The games look nice. And the Switch 2 itself is... It's pretty cheap compared to the other consoles.
I have to say one thing, though. I am not a big fan that I can't use my old Joy-Cons.
Yeah, that was one of the things that kind of annoyed me, too.
Yeah, because I have, like, those limited edition Zelda Joy-Cons, which I would have loved to still use, but can't now.
Yeah.
That made me sad, for real.
Yeah, I have my Joy-Cons are purple and yellow. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Because my original ones, I still have the original ones. I say I still have them. Chibi has them.
I still have them. Not yours, but mine.
Yeah, you don't have mine. Chibi has mine.
I just came over to England to take your Joy-Cons for real.
Yeah. I
But yeah,
need to
that's
trade in a bunch of my old Switch games because, like, here's the thing, right?
Mhm.
I think I told you. Remember when we did the Avalon Smash tournament a year ago? By the way, we're doing a second one. It's in a month.
Yeah, you told me.
I earned the Smash game. I earned a physical version of it,
Mm-hmm.
and I couldn't find it. So I ordered a second physical version, and they sent me Smash the case without the game in it. So I refunded it, got my money back, and then Karu bought me the digital game. Then when I was cleaning out my house to move, I found the original physical copy, so I should probably trade it in.
Yeah, I can't remember what you said, but I think you said you thought you lent it to someone or something.
I was like, maybe I give it to Chibi, but I couldn't remember and I didn't know where it was, so...
Yep.
But yeah, but now I own it twice. So...
And now you won't find it anyways.
Nope, so I'll probably trade that in and get money for it. As well as my old PS4 games, because who the fuck plays on a PS4? I've
I
got
like
all
my
those games
PS4.
on PC.
True. I got my PS4 and my PS5, so I technically got my games on the PS4 and PS5.
I mean, I've still got my PS4.
Yeah.
I've got two PS4s under my bed with all the old stuff I need to trade in, so I'm going to trade in one of those PS4s to get money for it, right? But yeah, the PS4 is probably cheap now. How much is a PS4 now?
Let me look.
Because they still fucking release
Take a
games.
look.
They still release games for it, so like, even though it's last gen, it's still a pretty common thing people have.
Around 200-ish for a refurbished one, for a base one at least.
Okay.
Why is this so small? What the hell?
And that's like,
there we
what,
go.
200 less than the Switch 2 price? Because Switch 2 is like $499 maybe? I don't know how much it is for you guys in Europe.
Oh no, that was a Pro that I talked about, around 200 refurbished.
Yeah.
So I don't even know the normal one. Wait.
Like 150?
Yeah. Yeah, around that 150, 160. Yep. But you can also still buy it new for 300 something. 400 something.
And the Switch 2 is going to be like the same price.
Yeah. Well, not for me, but for you.
Yeah. And we say that the Switch 2 is going to be the same price. However, PS4 games are going to be drastically cheaper than the Switch 2 games.
Definitely. I stopped moving. Wait.
Oh, you stopped moving?
Give me a moment. Yeah.
Teki's paralyzed.
I am. It wouldn't be a Kiljo and Teki Podcast if there was no stuff, for real.
Yeah. You're moving now.
For real.
Yeah.
My favorite movement, for real.
I mean, you can't see me moving, so...
For real, but you can see me moving.
I can see you moving, yeah, you're on my screen. But yeah, the Nintendo Switch physical game versus digital game price is... That's fucking wild.
I can see a lot of people just go with digital for the Switch too, just to save some money, even if it's not a big save. But
yeah, it's wild. The thing that gets me more is when you buy a pre-owned Nintendo game, right? The price doesn't change.
Yeah,
it's always expensive. So these physical pre-owned Switch 2 games are going to be like £100.
Yep.
Which is fucking ridiculous. It's going to keep those shops in business, probably. But
I mean, let's be real here. You basically can buy a new console for the price of 4 games now.
Yep.
It's insane how they can, like, I get it. Developing games is more money intensive than it was before.
Mm-hmm.
But almost £100, dollars, euros, whatever, for a hacking game. Who's gonna pay that? I'm completely honest with you.
People will.
I'm completely honest with you. I think, like, except now for Nintendo exclusive games, but I think the usage of key sites will increase drastically.
Oh yeah.
Some point they will increase drastically, and developers are like, oh my god, we get so few money now. And then I'm like, just look, why don't you get so much money anymore? Because people ain't buying them from you directly or from Steam or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People already do it now.
Yeah. It's not going to get any better.
No, definitely not.
Like, and everyone in the gaming industry, and in the streaming space, knew that games were going to be increased to 100 anyway, because
as late as GTA 6.
Yeah, well, we knew GTA 6 would have that price point. We didn't think it would come in any sooner.
Yep.
Especially not from Nintendo.
Nintendo was like, it could be the nostalgia in me, but Nintendo was literally, or probably for a lot of people, the last company you would have expected for that from. I know they were greedy in the first place, but that greedy, goddamn.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. Wasn't there a situation when was it the 3DS?
I just remember people.
There was a situation before where people were mad at Nintendo and put pressure on them, and they changed something. But I can't remember what console it was for.
People were complaining about the original release prices of Breath of the Wild and
yes, that was it. That was
because they were more expensive at the start.
Yeah, and then
than your usual
then they
Switch
changed
game.
it.
Yep. I mean, sure, they were still expensive, but
yeah, but
like
they reduced it.
Still, yeah, they're still more expensive than your usual Switch game. I think it's year 17 now instead of 60 for like you usually pay.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think Nintendo just saw that as kind of a test run, to be honest.
Yeah, and now they're doing the full thing.
And can I be honest with you?
Hmm?
To think they want 80 to 90 for a normal game now off their catalog. I don't want to know if they actually do it with Zelda again. I ain't paying. Well, I probably will pay it, but
yeah,
I don't want to pay like 100, 110 for a Zelda game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's.
I'd rather play Zelda 2 on Switch Online.
I wonder, like, here's my brain thinking about it, right? I wonder if what they're going to do is increase the prices of these games astronomically, right? So that it's like $70, $80, $90 for a game. Then release remasters at the old price of normal games, so that they can release remasters and not have to focus on making new games.
That could be. I mean, they still owe us so many remasters. I mean, just look how many remasters they did for the Switch already as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They remastered so many Wii U games. A lot of games that we did not ask for. For example, I know a lot of people expected them to remaster Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD, but I think they will do it for the Switch 2 now instead of the normal Switch.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe there's a chance that we somewhat get it on the Switch, but I highly doubt it, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah.
Especially after the Switch 2 drops, I think they will do. I mean, every company does that. Even though I have to props to Sony for how long after the run of the PS4 ended, how long they still supported it with new games and stuff.
Yeah.
Gotta give them props for that. But with Nintendo, I'm very sure they won't do it like Sony did. I mean, just look at, for example, Switch Online GameCube.
How it's only going to be available on Switch 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is probably the reason I'll buy the Switch 2, I'm going to be honest.
Same. I love some of the games they already announced for it, even though I'm still kind of mad, even though now that they made a new Donkey Kong game, I still have hope.
Oh, the Donkey Kong Banana Nanza or whatever the fuck it's going to be called?
No. I still hope. I know it does not have the best what's the reputation.
Mm-hmm.
But I really hope they will put Donkey Kong 64 on the Nintendo 64 emulator on Switch.
Donkey Kong 64 kind of bangs though.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't like it for whatever reason. And I'm like, what the fuck?
I think it's because people really like Donkey Kong Country too, right?
Yeah, but to be honest, when it released, it was a buggy mess as well.
Yeah.
As far as I remember. Especially with the expansion pack and stuff like that. If you did not have the expansion pack, which you also had to buy separately because it did not come with the game, you were kind of fucked because you could not play the game at all.
I think, like speaking of Donkey Kong, I think what I'm going to do for the Switch 2, I might not buy it on launch. I might wait a month to see if they do a bundle of the Switch 2 with the new Donkey Kong game, and buy that instead.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Because I kind of don't give a shit about Mario Kart. I'm not gonna lie.
I will buy Mario Kart, but I don't know if I want to play it directly or better set.
Like I don't know if I care.
Yeah, fair. But you know, the latest I will get a Switch 2 is when they announce a new Zelda game.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll definitely buy one this year. I just don't know when.
I probably won't buy it this year. Maybe next year. We'll see. Maybe I'll just wait until. Oh no, GameStop ain't a thing anymore, so I can buy a used. Well, I can still kind of buy a new used one online, but.
I mean, what you could do is come here and buy a used one because they're not regional locked from UK to Europe. They're just regional locked from Japan to Europe.
Yep.
So you could do that.
Oh yeah, have you heard about the marketing thingy of Nintendo? They offer the Japanese people two versions of the Switch.
Oh yeah.
One version,
one only in Japanese. Yeah.
That one is like $100 cheaper than the actual Switch 2 with multi-language support.
Yeah. Honestly, I think they should do that in Europe. I think they should release it so that there's only one that is in English for Europe, right? Or regional ones where it's like one's in French, you can't get any other languages, one's in German, you can't get any other languages. And they should intentionally leave out the US because of tariffs.
Just imagine just imagine some, I don't know, some streamer that usually streams in English, for example, like me, and I get a German only version of the Switch.
Oh, it's just in German, yeah.
All my games are in German, so I can't stream them properly because I have to translate everything.
Yeah.
Even though I think if they would offer it, I would buy an English-only Switch. I think if they would do an English-only Switch, that would be the most sold Switch anywhere. I'm completely honest with you. If they would offer that, I think a lot of people would buy it. Because English is like the world language, you know?
Like, I just had this random thought, right? About because the Switch 2 is going to be expensive, kind of. Not really, but it is. I might... Look, we know Chibi is my best friend, yeah? I might make a deal with them where we split the cost and I get custody of the Switch when I want to use it to stream. so that I don't have to buy one.
Damn, you want to be Switch parents?
Yeah. That's maybe a good idea. Or until I can buy another one myself, right? Because that way we can split the cost of one.
I mean,
and then split the cost of another one.
Kind of clever thing. Have you heard that thing you could also do with Chibi? Where they implemented or they're gonna implement a new feature where you can lend digital games to friends now.
Yeah.
That's also gonna save some money, I think.
Yeah.
Like if you say, okay, you buy this game, Chibi buys this game. You buy this game, Chibi buys this game. You save a lot of money as well. Because, I mean, sure, maybe you can play them together, but there's... You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Especially if you just need them for streaming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For example, what is a good example? Mario 64 remake.
Are they doing that?
No,
they
probably not.
Probably will at some point.
I mean, they kind of re-released it at
they did it on the All-Star thing, Yeah, the All-Star Superstars, or whatever the fuck it's called. That I earn somewhere.
Yeah, same.
I bought it for Mario Sunshine, and I never played it.
I got it for Mario Galaxy. I just looked the prices up recently, and oh my god, they're skyrocketing.
Yeah, you can't buy it anymore, can you?
Yeah, no, you can't. But
I'd probably get a lot for trading it in then.
If you look at some of the prices, for example, I also looked at the price for my Zelda Joy-Cons. I don't know about my Switch controller. But I think I would never sell those because I probably still can use my Switch controller on the Switch 2 as well.
Yes, I think you can.
Unlike my Joy-Cons, which I will also keep though. But I think I would probably just, if I get the Switch 2 at some point, I would probably just take my Switch and put it over in my bedroom.
Okay, here's the thing, right? You know how the Joy-Cons are different? Do we know if we can connect the old Switch Joy-Cons wirelessly?
I can
still use them that way?
I mean, they recently did like a thing. Can you connect the...
Because you can't put them on the side of it, but can you link them wirelessly to use the second controller?
If you have Nintendo Switch Joy-Con controllers and connect them wirelessly to Nintendo Switch 2, you can play these games as you would on Nintendo Switch.
Okay, so you can.
So they are compatible.
Yeah, you just can't put them on the side of it. Okay, that's fine then. So we don't have to lose our Joy-Cons. So we can use them. Sick. Okay.
One thing I'm wondering about, I wonder if the Switch 2 Joy-Cons will also have the drift issue.
Probably.
I mean, I'm kind of hoping that Nintendo kind of fixed this issue over time, but I doubt it. I'm completely honest with you, I doubt it.
No, it's still going to be there, because I honestly, at this point, I think it's intentional.
It's actually kind of sad how, so let me, there we go. I quickly recalibrate it. It's actually kind of funny how fast, some people, like, for example, YouTubers figured out how to get rid of the Joy-Con drift, and Nintendo still didn't do anything. So I agree with you. I really think it's intentional.
It's so we have to buy new ones. It's like how iPhone chargers work.
Yep. That's honestly why I would never really use my special edition Joy-Cons, so they stay in good condition.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's kind of insane too that the Joy-Con has a drift issue. The Switch controller does not. I never had any problems with my Pro controller. Never. Ever. And I never had problems with my Switch Pro controller. I never had problems with my Wii U Pro controller. I never had problems with my third-party 8-bit Do controller.
Just the
It's
official
really
one.
just the fucking
Yeah.
Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
And I bet if I would buy third-party Joy-Cons, I would also not have problems with those.
I think I'm going to buy
So,
that new GameCube controller though for the Switch too.
oh yeah, same. That's a must-have for me, especially for if you can use it not just on Nintendo Switch Online. Mwah, give me.
Yeah.
Especially for Smash. Best Smash controller ever. Fight me.
God, an Avalon Smash tournament in 2026 on the Switch 2 is going to go hard.
And we only allow people with GameCube controllers for real.
I think that was the original plan last year, but then not enough people had controllers.
Oh yeah, I don't have a GameCube I mean, I have a very original GameCube controller, but
And then this
I
year,
don't think that's gonna work. Only Joy-Cons are allowed.
no, I haven't put rules for that yet. I haven't checked the sign-ups either, so maybe nobody's interested. I don't know. What the fuck do I do if nobody signs up?
You have a tournament against bots for you.
Just do an Avalon Smash night instead, like an open lobby thing? I don't know.
I mean, that would also be nice. I think the thing is, I mean, last tournament went well, I think, but a lot of people kind of stopped, in quotation marks, existing.
A lot of people just either stopped existing, graduated, or just moved on, right? So it's yeah.
It'd be like that, but what can we do?
Just do something with whoever's there, I suppose. I know I'll participate. I know Junebug will participate.
I can try to participate, but I don't know yet.
It's on the last day of May.
Yeah.
So you should be fine.
How that stuff works.
But it depends when your exams are.
Yep. Especially since it's my final exams as well.
Yeah.
That's gonna be very stressful for me.
I think I could probably get Naren in there. Even if it ends up being just an Avalon tournament. Noi?
Mm-hmm.
I could ask him. Do they even have Smash?
I don't know if they have Smash. I know they like being smashed.
Yeah. Every time I message Noi, she's being smashed. The Noi slander on this podcast. Noi's gonna listen to this. And
first thing she does is messaging us.
Yeah, we're gonna get angry DMs.
And she's gonna send her fat cat after us for real.
Yeah. Noi's fat cat is still in her old home because she moved house. She doesn't have the fat cat anymore.
Oh yeah, I remember. I remember, but
speaking of Noi, do you think Marvel Rivals is a Guna game?
How did you get to the topic of Marvel Rivals and Noimino?
Guna.
I mean, Noi is pretty much a Guna, you're right.
Yeah, so is Marvel Rivals a Guna game? Or is Emma Frost just hot? You've seen this discourse, right? Where people are very much complaining about how attractive Emma Frost is.
Especially.
Yeah. Especially and saying it's just a Guna game.
If you ask me, it's not a Guna game. I mean, sure, we have a lot of skins that are considered quotation marks Gunner by a lot of today's audience, let's be honest here. But if you ask me, it's not a Gunner game, it's just a good game that and how can I phrase this? I like games where females actually still look like females and embrace the actual body, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, look at The Last of Us 2, and look at Ellie, for example. And then look at Marvel Rivals, and look at Invisible Woman. You know what I mean? I know that's such a huge difference because I think I also wouldn't look that great if I was in a fucking zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
But I Wait, let me look at my Steam library if I find better. I mean, if we talk about an apocalypse, we can also do Stellar Blade, or Nier.
Yeah.
Or wait, where can I go with? I mean, I think one thing that's kind of off topic, but I know one thing Nomura, like Tetsuya Nomura,
Yeah.
creator of a lot of characters in Final Fantasy, said
Mm-hmm.
he will make sure that people never have to play as, in quotation marks, an ugly person, if you know what I mean. And
Uh-huh.
if I'm honest with you, I'm kind of thankful because I would not want to play a game for hundreds of hours where I don't even like how the character looks like.
Mm-hmm.
If you ask me, at least,
Mm-hmm.
but that's my personal opinion.
Yeah, I get you.
Which games can we compare to Marvel Rival? I mean, just look at some of the Overwatch designs,
Yeah,
honestly.
just look at Overwatch. That's the
Look at
biggest
some Overwatch
comparison.
designs and then compare them with Marvel Rivals.
Now,
I don't know. I extremely prefer the character designs in Marvel Rivals, especially the irony is people call Marvel Rivals a Gooner game,
yeah.
and they go a lot by the actual comic designs as well.
Yes. Yeah.
So, are they calling comics Gooner material?
Yes.
Technically?
And here's the thing, right? Emma Frost's jiggle physics is what really
Yeah.
set off this discourse, right?
Oh yeah, she has also jiggle physics in her legs, I think.
If I sit down, my thighs do the exact same thing. It's realistic
Gonna happen.
physics.
Yeah.
Now, here's my other question. If Emma Frost has that realistic physics, yeah? Why the fuck doesn't Namor's cock jiggle?
I mean, you could ask the same about Captain America and all.
Have you seen Namor's bulge in this game? Man is bigcock.com.
19 inches of the more?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I mean, you could also look at Human Torch
Yeah.
parts. Like, do you
Yeah.
see how defined it is?
He's very well endowed.
Yeah. And I'm like, just let them do what they want to do. I mean, if you don't like the character designs, or why are you complaining? Just don't play the game if you don't like it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just play Overwatch or whatever you feel like playing. But if you just complain about the Marvel Rivals character designs, just don't play Marvel Rivals. You have a lot of games for you to enjoy, while we have a lot of games that we can enjoy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny, actually.
Yeah, it's if we
Wait,
really want to talk about a Guna game, right?
Chris Evans played
Chris Evans.
Human Torch?
Yeah, in the original Fantastic Four movies.
Oh, I didn't know. And then he went over to play Captain America.
Yeah, he's also Human Torch in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh yeah, I remember. That was
Yeah.
kind of a crossover kind of thing, right?
Yeah, that's the one from the original Fantastic Four movies.
Yeah.
But if we really want to talk about a Guna game, right?
Celebrate.
No, I was going to say Nika.
Oh,
The gacha
yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Like, that's a Guna game.
You know that Celebrate is gonna have a collaboration with Nikkei?
I'm playing the game again. I'm back.
Celebrate?
Nope, Nika.
But the collaboration is within Stellarblade.
Damn. I'll play Stellarblade then. I'll buy it.
In June or July.
When's it come out on PC?
Yep. You didn't know about the collab they have?
No, I don't pay attention to anything that to do with Nikkei. I stopped caring about it after I uninstalled it.
And now you still want to play it because of Stellar Blade?
I might open it on stream at some point and just go through my account, because I was there for like the first 6 months and through the first few collabs they did, so like the Chainsaw Man one and the Neo one, just to look at my account and see how far ahead the game is now.
I have to say, it's kind of ironic how long it took Shift Up to do a collab between Stellar Blade and Nikkei, considering it's the same developer.
Yeah.
I was surprised they even got a near collab before Nikkei.
Yeah.
I literally thought that if they ever do a collab, the first one they would do would be Nikkei.
Yeah. But that's like me going, wow, the Kiljo and Teki Podcast this week is doing a crossover collab with Avalon. Yay!
Who's Avalon?
Who the fuck is Avalon?
I don't know. Some losers, I think.
6 losers on the internet. Especially that Lucian kid.
Such a gooner.
Yeah.
For his Spider-Man.
We should get Lucian on the fucking podcast.
Of real. He could goon over.
That would be an interesting podcast. He's the only Avalon member we haven't had on here.
You're right. We had Elvis.
Yeah, we've had Elva, we've had Naren, we've had Hikaru, we've had Lucian. We haven't had Lucian. That's it. Yeah, we had Grim.
Was our technical support for real?
Yeah. It's the one missing is Lucian. So I think we need to get Lucian on the podcast.
Check Discord.
Check Discord. Hold on.
But yeah, we need to get that Lucian kid here. I heard he's a MILF hunter for real.
Yeah, MILF hunter on Lucian.
MILF hunter Lucian for real.
He's a real MILF hunter. He's actually Lucian's one of my favorite people. I love Lucian.
Same. He's such a good boy.
Yeah, Lucian's great. Lucian's very enthusiastic about Avalon, honestly, behind the scenes. So it would be great to have him on the podcast. And I'm gonna we talked about this off screen, but I'm going to get a new overlay for the podcast. I don't know what it's going to be, but I will commission one. I have ideas for one. But yeah,
I don't know if you've seen on my Twitter, but I wanna take my Easter break to finally finish the projects that I have started and are on my YouTube but haven't finished yet. Because I simply haven't had time to finish them. Like, for how long am I waiting to finish Silent Hill 2 now? I think I last played it December.
While.
Yeah. That's why I also did a tiny color post from my YouTube, because that's where all the VODs are, and if people want to see that shit, they can go to my YouTube and watch the VODs for real.
Yeah.
For example, for games like, I don't know, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I could not do that because I don't have Rebirth on my
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say I don't have Rebirth on my PC, but I know you have it on PC, right?
Oh yeah, I do have it on my PC.
Yeah, you have it on PC and PS5.
Yeah. I added it to my PC once it came out, like immediately.
But because what is the last thing I bought on PC? Hold on.
Kazan?
No, I said what is the last thing? It is Kazan. No. The last thing I bought was Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Kakarot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you were streaming that today or tomorrow, right?
I'm gonna stream it after this podcast has been recorded. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I wanna make one of my next projects either Kazan as well, or
Kazan is
finally,
really good.
yeah, or finally Lies of P.
Yeah, Kazan is really good. Honestly,
Or stream the coffin of Annie and Lele for real. Get some controversy.
we should do that together. Oh, we should. There's a car alarm going off outside. I know which one
What
that
should we
is.
do together?
Stream the coffin of Andy and Lily.
Oh lord.
Yeah.
To get some controversy for real.
Yep. Anyway, before we go, we should talk about when. No, we're not going to dance. We should talk about the next podcast episodes. So we'll return to live podcasts on the 6th of June because of Summer Games Fest, right? That's what you said? 6th of June?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll return to that. Whether we do a live podcast every week from that point, don't know.
It's going to be a mystery for real.
It'll be a mystery. But between now and then, there's going to be at least 2 pre-recorded podcasts.
It's just going to be easier to do the pre-recorded ones instead of the live ones, especially with live. And stuff.
And honestly, I'm noticing right now it's a lot easier to sit here for 40 minutes and talk without the chat there. Because chat, you guys suck. Not gonna lie. If we're doing a live podcast, we have to rely on you guys to talk, and half you don't fucking talk to us. I think live podcast is good for the big events though.
But we still love you, chat.
We still love you, chat. Is there any last things you want to say before we disappear into the ether for a week or 2?
Buy the Avalon game for Switch 2, for real.
It's not coming out on Switch 2. I did talk to someone about that though. I don't remember who.
Oh.
I was like, I wonder if I could port it to Switch 2. I probably could. It'd take longer to port it to Steam though. Longer than porting it to Steam.
Then my last words are support the Guna game Marvel Rivals, for real.
Support the Guna game Marvel Rivals.
Do you have any last words for real?
I mean, I guess my last words are a question to you.
No, I'm not pregnant.
That's not the question. Do you want to do another one? Another podcast? Like this one? Do you want to do another episode? Or are we done?
Yeah. I'm fine. We can do another one for real.
I'll see you in the next one then. Peace.
Oh, for real. Peace.